Keep that going. Keep that going. Keep that going. This energy music right here, ladies and gentlemen. I have to set it up for this going on right now. Woo, this young man has become quietly one of my favorites. I spent 10 minutes talking about him earlier today. 10 minutes straight.
Damn.
Talking about how he's reliable.
That's crazy.
As an artist.
Facts.
Say what you want about him. He's consistent.
Thank you so much.
As an artist. He works overtime, as an artist. He's an individual as an artist. Even though he's surrounded by a lot of people, like I'm surrounded by a lot of people, we can stand on our own as well.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
As an artist. And as a hyena, he's done nothing but make history here on Sway in the Morning. Get this man a round of applause, the one and only Tory Lanez. Back!
And he shows up early as an artist.
As an
I
artist.
care about being punctual, you know what I'm saying? I care about being on time. I don't ever want people to look at me like, that's the rapper cliche. They don't show up on time. Like, nah, I'm always punctual for anything that's important.
That's what's up. Appreciate that.
And I always felt like you, in the beginning, like you knew something that the world didn't. So it felt like Tory Lanez is out here working, trying to prove or show to you guys.
That's the whole thing with me. It's like my whole thing is just proving people wrong. A lot of people got a lot of mixed reviews about me, and however it is, for whatever reasons they got them. But my whole thing is to just keep it. Just keep it solid and keep it, me.
Yeah. Your music, I was telling you this because I was looking at the Skirt video, and I kind of felt like a hater.
Break it down. Be honest.
Me and DB were watching. Remember, I was like, damn, man, I swear, me and Tory, we text each other. This is like, I consider him a friend. And he has yet to invite me to one video, Heather B. And these videos are bonkers.
That's why you travel a lot.
That's why more the reason.
I'm trying to tell him he could come. He can come. He could just pull up. He could just you're Sway, like you know what I'm saying. You could pull up anywhere.
Pull up, Sway.
Okay.
What's good?
You should have went to that video. The
That
skirt
video
one.
I'm trying to tell him.
It was kind of sexy.
I tried to tell him come through. It was a lot of
What's
girls.
the girl with the tongue? I see her on Instagram all the time.
Kayla Cash, I think her name is, or something like that.
I like that. I think her name
Right.
is.
Good for you for
I just didn't want to, because I don't know if she goes by anything else.
Yeah.
But shout out to her.
Very creative. Even you did something. By the way, his second album, Memories Don't Die, is out this Friday, March 2nd.
Yeah,
so check this out. This is what you do. You pre-order that album now, Memories Don't Die.
Right now.
I've already heard about 4 or 5 songs that are all banging. He just told me about a song I want to talk about, too. Buy that album, listen to it all day, and then that night, go see Death Wish with us and Bruce Willis, because that movie is out on the same day. It's a package deal.
Yeah.
What's going on right
Double
now?
dose, double
A
dose.
lot of things going on.
In the beginning of the video, I always wondered, like, artists from Canada, how does social civil unrest that happens in the United States affect people in Canada? Right now, we're having this big conversation about gun reform, right? And we saw these kids who were massacred, 17 students and faculty in Florida, happen to be Broward County. That's where the county when you were arrested last year. It was Broward County, right?
Yeah.
Now, how ironic is it?
I didn't even think
you
about
can
that.
put that tie together
that's
that
crazy.
Tory Lanez with an unloaded whatever what did they find you with?
No, I just had a loaded firearm in my center console.
Okay, yeah, and the charges were dropped.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because of
It's
what's
all good.
happening now. How did they treat you?
Honestly, it was crazy. If I could just go through the story. Basically, my son was being born. This is the first my son had just got born. I was in the hospital, and I was talking to my baby mother, and I'm like, "Yo, you want some food?" This was like literally he was born at like 2-3 a.m. in the night, and in the morning, but whatever the case is. But it was nighttime, and then the next morning it was probably like 8 o'clock. So I'm asking her like, "You want some food or something?" I get out of the hospital and I go into the parking lot and I go into my car. I'm driving a Rolls Royce Wraith at this point, and I guess there's an officer, like a state trooper, and I guess like they just be like in front of the hospital or something, I guess, or the sheriff or whatever. They drive the same kind of car, but basically, I pull out of my parking spot. I don't even get out of the parking lot. Like I pull out of my parking spot and I get pulled over within the first like 10 seconds.
Wow.
So he pulls me over, and I'm like, what did I do? And he's like, last night I was walking around the parking lot, and I sensed the smell of weed and marijuana emanating from your car. And I was like, how? Like, I was in the hospital last night. I was with my, you know what I'm saying? Like, my son was born last night. What are you talking about? Nah, I saw this, that, and third. Do you have anything in the car? Because I have probable cause to search the car. Now, I wanted to tell him I have a licensed firearm in my center council, but I'm from Canada, and what I've been seeing in America, when you tell a cop you got a gun, I wasn't doing that, and I'm not used to, you know, because I live in Florida now, and it's pretty much legal to, you know, have a firearm as long as you got your right paperwork, it's registered, it's whatever the case is. But in Canada, we don't have that, so, you know, I've never told, you know, I've never been comfortable with telling an officer whether or not, even if I had a bag of weed on me, I'm not, like, I've never been comfortable to tell an officer that, because I know I'm automatically gonna go to jail. I'd rather just deny it until the end. So pretty much I was just like, he was like, get out the car, took me out the car or whatever, and I remember he told me to sit on, like, there was this like railing by the little spot that we had parked, and I sat on the railing, and I just remember in my mind, like, yo, I'm going to jail for sure. Like, I just know I'm going to jail. Like, even though because at the time the weapon was registered to my baby mother. I wasn't just riding around, you know, dirty, but basically I'm on tour. My security's on tour with me. She's 8 to 9 months pregnant. By all means, I'm giving her the firearm and telling her, yo, do what you got to do if anything ever happens, because you're a pregnant woman driving around in a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
makes sense.
anything could happen to you. Like, if you can protect yourself, have this. It's in the center console and it's registered to you. You get what I'm saying? I come off tour. I'm in my car regularly. Of course she has it in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been in there. Boom, and that's what it was. So they found the firearm or whatever, and he comes out and he's like, yo, I thought you told me you had nothing in the car when I asked you, and I said, I don't have anything in the car. And he says, he tried to, like, he was gonna say something. He's looked at me, and he kind of like tried to, like, bust this, like, slow, so I wouldn't run or something, and he just grabbed me. It was just like, I swear to God, he was like
Snatching a
he was
fly.
like, he was like, well, come here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Get over here.
that's how he did me, like, you know, that's how he did me, and then you know, from that point, you know, I went to the fucking
Central booking. whatever,
little
yeah.
booking place or whatever the case is, and stayed in the fucking cell for the whole rest of the day and the night and whatever the case was. But, like, just going through the whole situation is just, I kind of feel like everything could have been avoided, but it's a certain protocol that no matter what, he didn't ever ask me if the gun was registered. He never asked me anything about it. It was just immediately, let's take him to jail. Even to the point where, this is the crazy thing about it, I'm sitting in the back of the car, and one of the other officers, 'cause, you know, the backups will pull up, especially when it's like gun cases, so the backups will pull up, whatever the case is. This one officer comes, and I'm sitting in the back of the car, like this. This nigga comes up to the car and goes, yo, that Diego is fire. I said, nah, bro. I said, nah, this kid's crazy. Like, I'm in the back seat, and your officer friend is telling me my records is crazy. It's like, come on, like, was y'all planning this, or was y'all planning this? Like, you know what I'm saying?
They
So
staked you out.
it
Yeah,
is
they
what
saw
it
the
is.
car in the parking lot and just
It
waited.
is what it is.
So, Tory, on this show,
That's
we
Mike
talk-
Muse right here. Mike
What's
Muse.
going on, Mike?
Nice to meet you, Tory.
Nice to meet
On
you,
this show,
too.
we talk a lot about gun reform.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this for a while. In particular, we've been covering the Parkland story, including this morning. We did a deep dive into it. So by it being in Broward County, you know, definitely the circumstances surrounding it is questionable, but the issue that you had the gun, right? And being in Broward County, two questions. Have your relationship changed with possession of gun and having guns on you as a result of the incident that's happened? And then by you being a licensed gun owner, do you believe in gun reform? Do you think there needs to be gun reform?
Well, I wasn't a licensed gun carrier or whatever, you know, before, you know what I'm saying? But now, of course, my firearm is registered to me. Like, I'm a guy that I don't walk around with security all the time. I don't like feeling caged by my fame. I don't like feeling like I need somebody to be with me everywhere I go. So if, you know, by all means, if I can get a security license and I can attain a concealed weapons license for the times when I'm not with my security, of course, I would have that in life or death situations, not because it sounds cool, not because, people think or look at it a certain way just because of my safety, of the fact that I'm by myself half of the time and I have a problem going places by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe in gun reform as far as like just people not. I really think it's just like nobody should really have them. I don't think like just the general public should really have them. I feel like if it was just a situation where everybody kind of just handled things like kind of how we handled it back in the day, or like how y'all handled it back in the day, I think a lot of things would be, a little bit better, because it was about duking up and squaring up. You know what I'm saying? Like when I had a problem with dudes in my school and things like that, when I was like in, just growing up and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? My whole thing was like, we're not going to see each other. We're not going to shoot each other because the beef is never that deep. But every time we see each other in the hallway or the bathroom, we going to lock, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the principles that I'm on. It's just the fact that now the world has become a place where everybody got guns.
Yeah.
So it's like,
is it like that in Canada?
It's like that in Canada, of course. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat or glorify any of this, because it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ever trying to make it sound cool. Like, the only reason why I have a firearm is literally to protect myself in a life or death situation. That's it.
Tory Lanez is here, man. Memories Don't Die. I want to ask you about that title, but it just caught my eye because in the beginning of the I think it was the Shooters video, you had this.
Yeah.
You made a statement. I made this intro because I felt that this was art that I needed to get off my chest as a result of things many people have seen or experienced daily. I do not endorse any form of brutality. I do not feel like violence is the answer. However, in times of duress, like we're experiencing now as a community, I believe that it's our responsibility to share our fears and concerns so that we may learn to support one another better. I hope that this video makes you feel something, no matter what it is that you feel. As always, I'm grateful to all of those who support me, or for anyone who gave me this opportunity to express myself. Round of applause, because you make songs that make us want to party and have sex, But I love when an artist, give us some insight on what they think about society as a whole and the folks that you affect through your music. You ain't got to become, Malcolm X or nothing on music, but it's good to know that folks think about how society is affecting their fans.
Definitely.
This album, are we going to hear anything more in that? What have you done different with this album in terms of topics that you've hit?
Honestly, I just wanted to open up more. Like, I kind of feel like I've been listening to a lot of music that's just been like very kind of closed off. It's like either it's about like some sort of stunting in some sort of way, or it's about whatever it's about. And not to ever throw anything of that down, because I make songs like that too, but at a certain standpoint, I haven't heard a lot of music that really made me feel like, damn, like I'm emotionally attached to that project. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't heard something that kind of made me, like, it's like me and this dude named Manson, we say, it's like, if your chest don't feel like it popped out, like when you hear something, it's like, if your chest doesn't feel like it broke, it's just not that kind of music. You know what I'm saying? And like for this album, I wanted to make sure that your chest was dismantled by the end of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted you to hear this and feel like I felt all of his heartbreak, I felt all of his depression, but I felt all of his happiness, and I felt everything firsthand because this project took me there. It's not a project that I just sat there and allowed any fillers to be on. I didn't allow fillers to be on this project at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the records on this project are either from a certain place of something of a real memory happened, and it inspired each and every one of the songs on the album. So
wow.
It's purely from my heart, and that's what's a little bit more different this time. Opposed to me just trying to make good music, like I've been doing my whole career. It's not just about good music; it's about pure music. You know what I'm saying?
The song "Pieces" featuring 50 Cent.
Yeah, like for instance, that.
What memory did that spur?
Well, there's a story. Pretty much, it's a story about a girl, and she's from Brooklyn, and she was like a rape victim, and pretty much like she got raped by her uncle. And then she ends up killing her uncle. And I explained the story, and of course, like, that's not the end of the story. Of course, you gotta listen to the song. Like, it's really crazy. It kind of remind you of, like, I don't know if y'all remember Immortal Technique, like Dancing with the Devil or something like that. It's
Immortal Technique.
Like
Get
the
him
way,
in a round of applause.
Shout out Immortal Technique.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, wow.
But it's kind of like that because it's very dark, but it's also very true. Well, it's very true. You know what I'm saying? And just the story in itself, and the fact that 50 went on there and spit like 50 sounded like the old Get Rich or Die Trying 50 on it when he, you know what I'm saying, just the way he comes in and just the way it sounds. So, you know, I was just very happy about that, and just like songs like that, like even songs like that, like I played it for people, and certain girls and females that hear it and they'll just start crying, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like if the music doesn't evoke that, it's just not. It's just, it doesn't belong right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it.
Tory Lanez here. All right. Don't forget, pre-order. Memories don't die.
Yeah, speaking about how you really just want to magnify folks' emotions, I had seen on your social, I think it was maybe Instagram stories, but you were listening to your song Bust It Down, and you were saying how it brought you to a place where you might want to grow your hair back.
Word, I'm growing my shit back. Word.
Word.
I've been bald too long.
Talk about the connection of that. Like, what is it about that song that makes you want to?
I don't know. I heard the song and it just like, yo, I just started looking at like my old pictures, and I'm just like, yo, man, like, I gotta bring this style back and bring my hair back, and like, you know what I'm saying, certain things like that. It made me feel young and fresh. Like that's the one thing about it. Like if there's songs that are not super deep on the project, they'll give you a certain level of happiness, and they'll make you feel like, you know, you in the mood, you can go do anything, you know what I'm saying? But it evokes some sort of feeling, each song, no matter what. And that's what it is. Like, that song made me feel like that. Like, I need to get Dougie, I need to get fresh, I need to get jiggy, like, you know?
Gotcha.
But yeah.
You growing them back, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to do that, too, man. Sure, get me in the video.
Bring the logs back.
Bring the logs back
Just
down.
real quick, I just wanted to ask where you got the inspiration for the visuals on a lot of the videos, because even with like Skirt, yeah, it's ass and titties, but it looked like there was some actual thought put into it. You know what I mean? Visually,
Yeah, definitely.
the Shooters video kind of gave me like a Robert Rodriguez Death Proof sort of look with the way you introduced it. You didn't just go straight into the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You told the story.
Well, I mean, for me, everything is cinematic. Like, I'm a director myself. All of my videos, and every, you know, director that's ever worked with me will tell you, like, I always pretty much, if I don't have like the biggest hand in the treatment, then I have at least the biggest hand in the editing or something. Like, I'm first hand with all of my videos. Everything that I've ever done has been looked at from a cinematic standpoint. That's the reason why my first album had 20 skits, because I look at everything like a movie. Everything. Like, from starting to finish, it has to be a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it. That's how I look at life. Life is cinematic to me. So, with Shooters and Skirt and those videos like that, and the videos that are to come from the album, pretty much I just wanted to take it to another place of, you know, like, I've done the cool on the block video and all of this stuff. I've done a bunch of those videos, but now it's at a place where let's take it to the next level. Let's add cameos. Let's add
You had
things,
the lightning and thunderstorms.
yeah, like
and
things
all
like that, like things that we never used to do before. Like, let's take it over the boundaries. And you know, I also got to give thanks to, you know, Mid Jordan and Zach Fax for being there to always kind of like cooperate with me and, like, you know, go hand in hand with me, because a lot of directors, they don't want you next to their computer. They don't want to teach you the way, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I hired this kid named Mid Jordan, the first thing when he came in and he started working for me, I said, yo, I want to make sure that I know how to do this, so teach me the program. And the first thing he did was teach me the program. And so there'll be times where he'll edit the video and he'll be like, yo, bro, I'm mad tired, bro. Here, take this. And I'll just go and I'll start editing the video. You know what I'm saying? And things like that, it kind of helps to keep a overall, you know, just a cinematic video, you know, a good video that you like.
Tory Lanez here. You're learning a lot about him right now. Memories don't die. Let's pre-order it today. Coming out Friday.
Pre-order. Let's get it.
We're going to come back and I got to ask you for a favor, man.
No problem.
We're going to come back and get that favor off. Sway in the morning, Shade 45. Yeah. Skirt, girl. Boy, you look good. I can't have fun, Heather. Damn.
I'm just saying. You know you ain't gonna go to the video and act up. What you going for then? Come on, Sway. Go out there and have fun, homie.
You want me to act up in? I can't act up in the video.
Why? You just gonna show up and be a regular dude?
I'm gonna be on the sideline.
Nah.
That's pointless.
That's pointless.
What? Enjoy the sights, Sway.
You gotta be in the pool.
Yeah, you got to jump in the pool. I mean, that's where all the girls is at, right?
You gotta get at least one butt near your face.
Sway. Get your insurance,
getting
man.
that.
Slap
trouble.
something. Ryan
so?
Seacrest something.
I mean, when you
They said he left a handprint on that ass. Do it, Sway.
Hey, you and 6ix9ine collaborated, right?
Yeah, we did.
How'd that go?
It was cool. It was very cool.
Did y'all know each other prior?
Nah. I met one of his dudes like the day before we actually did the song. But it's like a couple people that I think we knew that were like mutual. That either I just knew or he knew, and then whatever the case is, name was like, yo, he's trying to do this record or whatever the case is. So pull up to the studio. So I had a flight in like an hour and 30 minutes. And I was like, I'm gonna knock that hook out real fast. And luckily the studio was like right over it. It was like next block. So we went to the studio and I went in there in like 10 minutes and I knocked it out and I rushed to the airport. And I didn't even know in the moment, because I never even took the song with me, so I didn't even know how serious the song was or like, you know, how good of a song it was or whatever the case. But that seemed to be like the record that everybody listening to and stuff. So shout out to 6ix9ine, you know what I'm saying? He's a very cool dude too. Like you know, when you meet him in person,
what is it that
very
you
different?
Okay,
man, you know
tell
what I mean?
what is different from in person and with the image and everything that you
It's not like it's not nothing crazy. Like he just like I didn't expect him to be so self-aware and then like so kind of down to earth like that. Like, you know, because sometimes you see people on the internet and you like, yo, this person that I'm seeing on the internet is this person, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you meet people and it's like, damn, like you can be this person, but the person that you are just on the regular is just an ill nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? And I can't even take that from you, dog, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I gotta say, you know what I'm saying, when because we was in LA and we had saw him out there because he had actually asked me to pull up to a club with him. So I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I figured probably a bunch of artists out here probably acting like they don't, you know what I'm saying? They'll probably come check you in New York, but they're not fucking with you over there because of whatever the situation is. I'm like, you know, whatever, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just gonna go out, whatever the case is. So we go out to the club. I'm thinking I'm about to come out and see like 150 niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, word. I'm thinking we about to see 150. This nigga's one deep.
Wow.
by himself?
One deep by himself. I had to double back and look at the situation like, nah, this nigga's not serious. Like, but then it was like at that point I was like, I gotta respect whatever he has going on because he was just like, yo, we're going to the club. I'm going to this club. I'm going to this club, and he's one deep, and he was dead ass outside. Everywhere, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here walking with this nigga. I'm sitting there looking around like, yo, just in case we got a scrap or something. But like, we sitting there, and you know, he was just chilling the whole time. He was just chilling. He was one deep, dog. Him and his man Harv. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Shout out
dope,
Harv, man. You know what I'm saying?
Respect to that.
Yeah.
Sound like one of us. Walk around. Did y'all play basketball?
Yeah, we was playing basketball.
You get in his
studio.
ass or what?
No.
Nah. I was trying to take it easy on him. Pause that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? All right. Tory Lanez is here, man. 888-742-3345. We're going to take quick calls. Let's go to Denver. Alex, what up, man?
What up, Alex?
Yo.
Yeah.
Sway in the morning, man. I gotta keep it sweet, man. I listen to you every morning. My favorite source of news.
Oh, that's what's up. Thank you, Alex.
I'm self-motivated. I got Tiger Stripe Seed Company, 2 Cents Mobile. I work for BMW. I got a $100,000 car. I'm grinding every day. That's why I respect Tory Lanez, man. He really.
Thank you, bro. Damn.
I had to call in today. Because I heard that interview with Rome.
Nah, thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Shit. For real. I try to inspire people like you, regardless. Like anybody who cares enough to go out there and get it. Like I make music for y'all. I make music so y'all wake up in the morning and have that ambition. Like, you know what I mean? So I appreciate that. I'm glad that my work is being done.
Hey, Alex, in that $100,000 car, go ahead and pre-order his new album, Memories Don't Die. Okay?
Facts.
I can do it from the whip. I'll tell the BMW order that right now.
There it is, baby. Do that. Okay?
Facts.
You're a citizen.
Sway in the morning, homie.